welcome back to My Cup of TV with Jenny,
JD
and Kat.
So, season 4, episode 2. It's called Memorial.
Doesn't sound positive.
Who could need a memorial?
There's a lot of people at this point. Elena, they're going to pretend she's dead?
Well,
Oh no, that won't work because she's not planning to leave town.
alarm.
School teacher. Okay. Don't know, what are we missing?
We killed off a whole room full of people
Oh,
at the
yeah.
end.
Well, we don't care about any of
The
them.
crazy council. Right.
When you think about it.
Sorry, okay. Oh, well, that's good. So, okay, that'll be interesting to hear them be like, oh, this tragic accident, what could have happened? Oh, there was an error, a malfunction in the cooker and the gas. Like, nah.
So please remember to like, comment and subscribe over on Patreon. Full-length reactions much further ahead. And on YouTube, you can be 2 episodes ahead if you are a member.
I mean, Elena used the animal blood right out the gate. With reaching, maybe she'll be able to bypass all the things that we went through.
Delusional. She can't learn to control the bloodlust if she's never actually experienced the bloodlust.
He's doing, knock it off.
It's a cheat. It's like giving a kid a calculator before they know math.
I said stop.
I think Damon needs to take a little
Don't worry,
vacation
he'll-
on his own.
But yet again, they're both making very good points. It's
I know it's hard.
It feels like you're touching every nerve on my body.
Everything is heightened.
That's a good excuse to go to the woods.
Yeah.
Like, you know, a little camping trip. Is that the animal blood she's just thrown up?
yeah.
Oh, Jordan.
Are you with the insurance investigators?
No, I'm more of a independent contractor.
Oh, what charge upstairs?
Paper lanterns. Student council made them for after the memorial. We light them up in honor of all the dead. Nobody thought fire might be a little inappropriate. I wouldn't make that crack in front of Elena.
Did you do it?
That seat's taken.
But there's no one here.
Well, I'm just gonna pretend like there's someone there.
That's Rick's seat.
Did you set off the explosion that killed the town council?
Am I wearing my I blew up the council t-shirt? Why does everybody keep asking me that?
I think I need your help.
What does she do? Figure me out. You got Asian fusion, Mexican. What about some good old American coffee? Or not, but just don't step on.
So they can drink each other's?
So I think if he's fed on someone, that blood is now maybe running through him. But I think
See, this is this is really intimate.
Well,
I feel like that's
he
cheating.
did just say to her, don't tell Stefan because it's kind of personal.
Yeah, I think he's not telling her full story
Yeah.
about what this might mean.
But I also think she's in the wrong by going behind Stefan's
Yeah,
back to him for help.
This is wrong. A bunch of people died and we're having sex.
Grief sex. It's healthy. It's natural. Is there something I can help you with? Maybe. How you doing, O'Connor?
How dare you just barge your way to someone's house and then fucking... Oh, so gross. That was well done. So it would appear that no blood is agreeing with her.
I'm a mess. I've been holed up in here, avoiding everyone. I'm completely not Jamie. You came here because you needed something, right?
Yeah, but I can wait.
Oh, come on, Stefan, I'm okay.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No, it's not magical writing, if that's what you're thinking. Where'd you get these?
I think we have a new vampire hunter in town.
It's bad timing.
I'm sorry, there's someone in here.
O'Connor, Jordan,
Damon, germaphobe. Everything okay in there?
Yeah, just a minute.
Well, enjoy your stay. We love visitors, and the scenery is to die for.
funeral pie. Too soon.
What a dick.
to save my speech for later.
Excuse you? What is going on?
I'm dying, aren't I?
No, you're not dying. You just need to drink from the vein. You'll be fine.
He's touching her in a way that is not appropriate for a woman that has a boyfriend.
Mm.
I'm not saying it in the sense that she belongs to someone else, she doesn't, but as in, like,
Yeah.
that's very intimate,
Yeah.
very close.
Told me she was fine.
Well, she lied. The four-legged protein shake was a bust. The juice box was a no-go. She can't even keep my blood down. She drank from you. Oops. I said that out loud.
Oh, what a bitch.
Because, yeah, they're both coming at it from very different angles on the feeding.
Mm. And it's like, you know, normally when it's a situation where they both have an opinion, and I think to myself, well, hang on a minute, I want to hear what Elena wants.
Yeah.
But I can appreciate that in this situation, she's looking to both of them for their expertise, because she has no idea.
Yeah.
So she doesn't have an opinion or potentially a desire or a desire that she can trust, because she's like, oh, if I want human blood, I can't give into that. So
Well, I think she
I
knows
can appreciate
how
why
she
she's
wants
not
to do
got an
it,
opinion.
but obviously that hasn't worked.
Yeah.
I think it's just interesting that she's not been honest with Stefan.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that she's gone to Damon for help rather than talking to Stefan.
Especially
about it.
because, you know, he's given her no reason to not go to him for help. He's
Yeah.
always been someone who will listen and help.
And sort of by doing that, she's opened that door to the inappropriate behaviour.
That's what I mean. In vampire world, that's kind of like cheating. That's
Yeah,
there's a
you
very
kind of just
intimate
got,
things
like-
going on there.
Although
Yeah.
I don't think she's aware of the feeding.
No.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that Damon's just told Stefan tells you that she has no
But then it's not
Also,
okay
she's
that
desperate.
Damon knows.
She's vulnerable right
Yeah.
now. She's desperate, so she's not going to be making decisions in her right mind. She's not in a position to go, well, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
She was faced with blood in her hand. You know what I mean? She was like, so
Yeah.
she's not in her right mind in a way.
But it's not okay on Damon that he knows how intimate that is, and knowing that
didn't
she's
tell her.
not aware of how intimate it
Yeah,
is.
He
yeah.
was loving it. You saw him. He was
Yeah.
basically holding her, caressing her hair. He was loving it. That was basically vampire sex. That, do you know what I mean? That was so intimate and lustful and bodily connection. That's why I was like, literally, I feel like I'm watching something here. I'm watching her cheat on Stefan. That's what it felt like. But that's why I feel like I get why Elena doesn't have an opinion in this, because normally, like, when they're fighting over what they want, I'm like, well, what the fuck does Elena want?
Yeah.
Like, ask her. But I get why she doesn't have an opinion in this particular situation.
Yeah.
It's weird, but is it that, you know, like, if you're ill, if you're not well, you don't want your partner to see you that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I wonder if she is kind of making her feel like, you know, she's not well, she's vomiting, that no one wants their partner to see them when they're like that.
I think she's gone to Damon because she thinks Stefan will do the right thing and try and keep her on this animal blood thing, and I think she's gone to Damon because she knows he will tell her the truth.
I also think she doesn't want to disappoint Stefan.
But she also, we saw her early on call Caroline and left a message. I'm surprised she hasn't pushed more on I have to talk to Caroline.
Yeah.
But she's gone to Damon instead.
Does Damon know about this guy and his weird hands?
Yes. Because I think once Tyler has told Stefan, I think logic says they're going to tell everyone that needs to know to be aware.
Yeah, because, Elena seemed to know. Yeah, just because he was like, Damon.
Yeah, which I think is why he didn't shake her hand.
Because usually he would have, because he would still be
Playing pleasant.
whereas
pleasantries,
now he's like, hell no.
I want to know what the fuck that was, though. He just stabbed that girl.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I want to know what the hell is going on.
But we did see with Tyler, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's, like Tyler said, he didn't hesitate.
I feel like he's like a
He was a
vampire hitman for hire.
He was a little confused when Tyler got up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
'Cause when
Stefan said if you were a normal vampire, these would have
would-
killed you.
yeah.
So.
Because when he said environmental cleanup, it's like you hire a cleaner guy. Like, it's almost like has someone hired him as like a vampire hitman? I don't know.
I wonder if it's something to do with the minister, and it's if I die, it's because of this. So you need to kill my daughter because I don't want her living there either or something.
Yes, send her to meet me at the pearly gates. Like,
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Because he's killed everybody to.
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, it's a bit weird. But yeah, I do feel sorry for Elena because you can see already from Stefan and Damon, they're not sure why this is happening because they're like, no, you'd either give one or the other. But is it because she's a doppelganger that she... Oh my God, she needs to talk to Catherine. Because Catherine was a doppelganger, right?
Yeah.
So Catherine may have gone through the same experience, if that's the case.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I never thought I'd see that. Vampire Elena needs to ask Vampire Catherine for advice on how do I do this.
I know that April Young wanted to say a few words about her dad. April? Come on over here.
I think it's nice that she's going to speak for her.
I'm just afraid she's going to fucking pass out. She looks very faint.
The worst day of loving someone is the day that you lose them. Do you smell that? Blood.
Nobody move. Don't turn around. It's a trap.
Yes, it's a trap. Oh, interesting.
So cool that they can hear each other as well across the room.
Yeah, that was, yeah. Oh, well covered, well covered.
What's wrong with her? She's hungry. She hasn't fed. Get her out of here. We can't. There's somebody watching us.
Matt, Matt, you're going to have to give her your wrist. Just have a little bite.
Stepping and losing it.
He wants to give back. Look, literally, he'd be like,
Seconds before I go home.
suck on my finger.
Please. 3, 2, 1. Feed for me.
Oh, Matt's a hero, man. That's taking one for the team. And he's got to not react. That's really good. God, Matt's a champ.
Vampire feeding in church.
Oh, that's so naughty.
I just wanted to say a few words about Pastor Young.
Tyler's putting himself as bait.
Yeah,
He knows he wants him.
Back at first, but he was the one who made me understand how important it is to be part of a team, a community, of giving yourself up for the sake of.
He really stepped up there,
He
didn't he?
did. Matt and Tyler, man. Well done.
I have to call an ambulance. No, it's fine. The whole town just watching me.
Yeah.
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 I'm calling an ambulance.
Think of the bigger picture.
Yeah. He's definitely got moves.
Why don't they have a shooter?
The hell was that for? You know what?
Kick him when he's down. Yes, I will. Touch my girlfriend.
Hey. What happened there?
Girlfriend went a little overboard.
Nice ink.
Oh,
What ink?
that wasn't there.
She's that too.
You're mad.
Yeah, I'm mad. You lied to me. And you go to Damon for help. You fed on him, Elena. You fed on him. I know that may not mean much to you, but it means a lot to me.
I didn't want to hurt you. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry.
We need to start healing, Damon. We've all lost so much, especially recently. We think we're numb to it. We push it away, we make a joke out of it, know how we feel. And we just let ourselves grieve.
What we need to do is find out who this hunter is and what he knows about the death of the council. We have more important things to be doing right now than this.
It's for my Uncle Zach, and my friend Lexi, for a lark.
It definitely shows you Damon's coping strategy.
This is for our parents, for Vicky, Anna, Jenna, and a lot
dark.
My mom, my dad, and Jenna. Everyone that we've all lost.
Japanese lanterns is a symbol of letting go of the past.
Well, here's a newsflash. We're not Japanese.
I know what you're gonna say.
Makes them feel better, Damon.
So what? For how long?
When you lose somebody,
Every candle, every prayer is not gonna make up for the fact that the only thing that you have left is a hole
in your life where that somebody that you cared about used to be. I'm just stuck here fighting with my brother and taking care of the kids. I miss you too, buddy.
Okay. It's an episode that went from loads of action to loads of emotion.
So, the memorial, as the episode is called,
Okay.
everyone seems to think it was a gas leak or a gas faulty
Yeah.
gas or whatever because the pastor didn't get his cooker changed or whatever or get it checked. I don't think that's a cover up. I think people are like and nobody seems to suspect that he would have done this.
Yeah.
So it seems that everyone thinks it was a genuine accident.
Yeah.
It's a cover up from, or it was almost a cover up from Sheriff Forbes because she thought Damon did it.
Yeah.
Well, out of revenge, I suppose. But yeah, he was obviously adamant that he didn't. But had they found that letter, which by the way, so this new mysterious dude on the scene got there, went into what looked like it was already a crime scene, right? Because it already had some police stuff there. Did they not look in the oven? Clearly not,
Yeah.
because if they'd have found that letter to April, it would have said, "This is our sacrifice," blah, blah, blah. They would have been like, "Oh shit, he did it." It was almost like a suicide note.
Yeah.
So anyway, bad police work.
Yeah.
He didn't look in the oven. But yeah, so they all think it's an accident. And so they had a memorial, which was quite sweet. Everyone looked very, very nice, very dapper. I felt sorry for Elena getting blood on like 2 dresses. But yeah, Tyler and Matt really stepped up in that whole scenario. Yeah.
I think it was very clever to have her feed on Matt like that. Like I said, it did look like she was just...
But he had to make no facial expression.
Yeah.
So that must have been so hard. But you know when that guy was outside the bathroom, when Elena was in there, obviously trying to clean out the blood. So I'm guessing that's the only bathroom in the church, because I was just, I don't know, it was a bit creepy to me that he was sort of sitting outside waiting, and I was like, but if they say that's the only toilet in the church, then maybe he's just waiting for the bathroom.
I think he's looking for Elena.
Yeah, he is. But that's what I'm saying, if anybody else came down there, they'd be like, why are you waiting outside the toilets? But if those are the only, if that is just a bathroom, I don't know.
I think he was a bit unclear as to whether or not Elena was a vampire.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Matt has obviously confirmed that.
Very intrigued about this person on the scene. And
He
Jeremy
told
sees his
us
tattoos.
his name was Connor. Yes, Jeremy saw her tattoo.
Saw tattoos, and on their hand was the same symbol as on the bullets. Is that like an ordained vampire hunter or something? You know, like he's been ordained by the spirits or the witches
but
or
Matt
something.
didn't see a tattoo.
No.
We couldn't see a tattoo.
No, only Jeremy could. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, did you not see that bit? Because he was like, nice ink, and then he walked away, and the guy was at the bar still, and there was nothing there, and I was like, ooh.
And Matt was saying like,
I was like, what?
Yeah, so
He
I
was
was
like, his
confused
tattoos.
'cause I was like, I can't see a tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was there for a split second when Jeremy looked like, and it was the same symbol on his hand, and then like some funky stuff went up his arm, but on his hand, it was the same symbol as in his bullets, his little mini stakes. I think he's either a warlock or a vampire for hire, a little bit like Alaric, you know, a vampire hunter or whatnot, but I'm just not sure if he is there. I'm not sure what's prompted him to be there. Is he hired? Is he like a vampire hitman for hire?
I think this pastor thing has set off some kind of chain of events, as in, if I die, then these things will happen, is what I think.
We saw him in a trailer, didn't we, with newspapers, and so he's clearly researching or doing something. He hasn't just wandered into town and started shooting at anyone.
Yeah.
He thinks
But that
he's
was
a
like
vampire.
Alaric. Alaric did his homework and Because of Isabel. So yeah.
And we saw him fight with Damon.
Yeah.
Did he not?
He had those bullets, didn't he?
How did Damon survive that? Or did he just miss?
I don't think he got him in the heart.
Oh, okay.
But neither of you questioned the fact that Damon has just ripped the car door off. He's that strong. Yet the guy was able to hold his own.
That's true.
Against Damon.
Very, very strong, yeah.
Even after shooting Damon, you'd think against a human, Damon is...
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't pick up on that. He's obviously very strong.
So strong.
So maybe he's a little bit supernatural. I don't know. I want to know what that symbol means something. What was it? It was like an arrow.
It was like crossed
and
over
something,
things.
and something else, like garden tools. It's a gardener. Or some badass gardener. I don't know. And that's why I said he's environmental cleanup.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I'm intrigued about this person.
Yet another good-looking person coming into Mystic Falls. No wonder no one questioned it. It's like, he's good-looking, we'll let him in.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Also, I think, something I didn't necessarily notice first time round, intelligent. Because when we meet him, and we now know that his glove has vervain on it from what happened with Tyler, he goes and meets the sheriff, shakes her hand. He goes and meets the mayor, he shakes her hand. Almost the people in positions of power.
He's checking.
Are they vampires? Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I mean. He's doing his due diligence for sure. But he had a list of council members as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, where'd you get that from? I mean, it might be public record, so.
He doesn't always wear the gloves either. He didn't have them on in the bar, did he?
No.
No, that's true.
So, like we said, Tyler took one for the team as well there. That's, I like the fact that when that happens, he's talking about being part of a team. It's a bit of a, is he signalling to them?
Don't worry.
Don't worry
Yeah.
about it, I got it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the, I'll call an ambulance. No, he's fine!
So
yeah,
here
he's
it
just been
is.
shot in front of the entire town. I think we'll call an ambulance. Oh, yeah, okay.
I do like the fact that when they're all stood there, though, with the blood situation, Dave's like, I'm going to 10, then I'm going to rip his head off. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Yeah. That was quite
interesting
cool.
that they can all talk to each other. Do not turn around.
Yeah, the hearing.
They're super hearing, yeah. I thought Caroline, it was really cool to see Caroline in that position of leading Elena as a new vampire and getting her control of the situation. I thought that was pretty cool because obviously you've seen Caroline come full circle now.
Yeah, and not doing it for her.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not really a fan of Vampire Elena.
Yeah, I mean, she's still new.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why.
I would say I don't
like
quite know
Vampire
who she is yet. Not that I'm expecting her to suddenly change, but like she's everything's up in the air. It's all heightened and whatnot. I need to wait for that to settle and be like, okay, who are you?
It's almost
what
like
are the bits of your persona that
she's going through puberty. Her hormones are all over the place. We don't know where it's going to
not
land.
a fair representation.
Yeah.
But that poor pastor's daughter as well.
April.
Yeah.
She seemed sweet and awkward.
I was wondering, I was like, are you going to be a religious nut? But she just seemed to be normal and wrong place, wrong time, sadly, that dude used as, I must say, very smart trap.
Yeah.
Of what he did, because he knew they were going to turn around or flinch or whatever.
No one else would look round because no one else
Exactly.
would know. Again, we already talked about the feeding issue with Stefan and Damon. I'm really pleased that Stefan confronted her about it.
Yeah.
He wasn't a simp, Elena can do what Elena wants and I just have to put up with it.
That's what I mean, is I'm really intrigued to see, because now she is a vampire, she's not as fragile to him as she was previously, as we saw in the forest when they were able to sort of get it on a little bit more passionately. She's not as breakable. Shame that then she vomited up all the deer blood, but Bambi blood, but so in that respect, will we maybe see him not let her off so easily or so lightly, because now also for him she's not as breakable?
I don't even know about her being breakable. I think it's a bit of a point in a relationship where you can't have a healthy relationship if all the power is with one person.
Definitely. And they've
He
reached that
needs-
point now.
Yeah, he needs
She's
to
made
be
the
able to
decision.
say, I'm not happy, I'm not okay
Yeah.
with this.
Yeah, and she's made her decision. She's told him, you are my
Yeah.
decision, you are my choice. So now it's like, right, we are partners, we're in
Yeah.
this together. Let's have a conversation. Yeah.
And also, I think the point he's trying to make is that it's not just that you went to someone else behind my back, you went to the other guy, regardless of
Yeah.
who he is to me.
you went
You
to
went to
Damon.
the other guy,
Yeah.
and
I can't believe she
Yeah.
did it. I was literally like, oh my God, that's like cheating.
you've turned to, or not even just the feeling, but you've turned to him for
Yeah,
help.
the betrayal.
When you could have gone to Caroline
Yeah.
or Tyler.
Yeah.
Or, and again,
She didn't even, and that's what I'm saying. I know that she was, her one bit that I'm giving her is that she's not in her
Yeah.
right mind because everything's not settled yet. But she went to, it was the betrayal. She should have pushed to go for somebody else.
also, though, watching that scene again, he confronts her about it. She kind of explains her point of view a bit on not wanting to disappoint him because he was happy. But then she has her emotional meltdown and it's not actually resolved.
No.
No.
Do you know what I mean? There's no kind of responsibility taken by her of, I see why this was not the right choice.
Yeah.
Or, do you know?
Yeah.
And there's sort of like you drank his blood or whatever, and he's like, it might not be a big deal to you, but
Yeah.
it's a big deal to me, sort of thing, and that
Yeah.
doesn't.
Because
She's-
again,
she's very naive. She showed very lax in judgment of
She-
like,
if
there's
she-
an argument, I'm gonna, or the situation, I'm gonna go to the one person who is basically like the big no-no. So
It's-
there was
it's
real
'cause
lax in
it's
judgment
the feelings involved. Because I think if she'd have fed off Caroline,
there. Yeah.
he would have been like, that's actually a personal thing to do. But it's not
No, for
someone
sure.
else that you have feelings for.
For
that
sure.
makes it.
I think
Different.
as well.
And that's what I mean.
do
That's
think,
so obvious. Why did she do it?
I do think she. No, she obviously tried to go to Caroline, who didn't
Yeah.
answer.
But to be fair,
Yeah,
you
without
left her
things.
one message and
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
that. You
But-
know where she is.
And then I feel like she went to Damon, and I kind of feel like she's gone to Damon because she'll get a different answer to the one she gets from Stefan. Because she knows, I think, that Stefan's answer is going to be, well, you've got to power through,
Yeah.
which clearly isn't working. But whereas Damon's answer will not be that. Damon's answer is, okay, we need to fix it, so we're going to try this, this and this, and it's a bit of a different, it's a different situation.
I also wonder whether there's a bit of, if her natural instinct is to want that blood from the vein, well, if I go to Damon, he's going to tell me that, and in a way, then it's not my fault that I've done it. I'm just doing what Damon said, when actually it's what I want to do. It's my instinct.
That's what I
That
mean. I
could
think
be-
she's gone to Damon. It's like kids, isn't it? Playing people off against it. Well, you've told me an answer and I don't like it, so I'm going to go to this person because they're going to give me a different answer and I'll probably like that one a bit better.
But we have said it before with other characters like Stefan, where you know what has to be done, but you don't want to do it or take responsibility for it.
So
So
you
you
make
send
Damon.
Damon knowing that
Yeah.
Damon will do it.
So
But-
yeah, I do think there is a bit. I do think there is a bit of Damon will do what needs to be done, and she knows that. So it might result.
But, you know, as we
Also,
say,
Damon,
she is
Damon
still in
naturally
her place.
Damon naturally has more of an impulsive nature. Let's be honest. He gives in to his passions. He gives, not to the point of Ripper, like Stefan not switching off humanity, but he is. He gives in to his passions. He is almost, I think, more at peace with his vampire nature than Stefan was.
Yeah.
So for Damon, he's gonna in a way preach that life and be like, well, yeah, we're vampires. Give it's net.
Well, that's what he
natural.
said, didn't it? You're
And
a vampire, be a vampire.
Yeah. So she'll just be like, okay. So yeah.
But also, I find it interesting that of the two of them, Damon does things like impulse, like he lacks impulse control and he does things.
But he's also very calculating with his plans.
He's
on
very
things.
calculating, and he has never got to the point of being like Stefan, just killing indiscriminately and doing this, that, and the other. Like, he tends to have some kind of purpose.
Well, he does lash out, but not in a mass murder type way like
So,
Stefan has.
And he drinks the human blood. Like, okay, he's not doing it from the vein anymore because he's behaving himself.
That we know of.
Well, yeah. So, we see him with his little blood bags or whatever. Whereas Stefan, who has that propensity to switch and kill everybody, is really strict about sticking to the blood diet. So it's interesting that Stefan thinks that Elena would have the same problem.
Yeah. Stefan's almost thinking from the mindset of like an addict, like a teetotal. don't fall off the wagon. Whereas Damon's kind of like, you can find your natural balance, but you've got to try it, and then you'll know where you stand with it.
Yeah.
So,
but I think from Stefan's perspective, Stefan's overriding personality trait is his empathy and compassion. And you'd say the same for Elena. So I think his fear is that
if she makes a mistake,
that she's got to deal with the emotion. I think he's more of coming from it as a protective side. Well, I think Damon's like with a kid, you got to let them fall over so they learn. Whereas Stefan's a bit more of I can prevent them doing it, and so they don't have to go through the pain.
Interesting.
You know, there's both pros and cons on both sides.
Yeah.
But then I say about Elena, she shouldn't have done this, she shouldn't have done that. You know, there is still that she's at the moment hungry, scared of what's happening, you know, with the grief, and you know, she has got so much going on. It's no surprise that she would just say, this is going to help, I'll do it.
Yeah. And bless her, I thought that scene in the bathroom where she vomited the blood, I thought it was a really good scene, because obviously they have given her whatever substance they're using to be this fake blood, which is one of the most convincing fake bloods I've seen.
Oh, you mean filming-wise?
Filming-wise, for the actor and the scene, everything, where she's got a mouthful and then she vomits it in the toilet. Yeah. It was really well done. I thought it was a really good scene. Horrible for her, obviously, because, okay, I know that she's a vampire now, for like a day or whatever, but like that's a lot of blood, and to see yourself vomit blood, she's not used to that. This is going to be terrifying. So I just think like for the character in that scene, that's horrible, but the acting and everything, I thought it was really good. I love a bit of prosthetic makeup and whatnot, all that, and so I love that when I see like and it's when you see crap blood in films and TV series, I'm like, oh, it looks like ketchup. The blood they use here is so really
deeply
good.
coloured, isn't it?
That is more truthful.
Yeah.
That is more truthful. It's when you get a lot of blood, it's more like it's black almost. Yeah. So it's really good.
This one we saw that Bonnie is suffering alone.
Yeah, poor Bonnie.
I didn't like when she said she's shut herself away from everyone, but then she let Stefan in. I'm like, you're telling me Caroline hasn't pushed on this? I mean, like, no, you will open. I'm not leaving until you open this door, kind of.
So have they been
Caroline's been a bit preoccupied with the fact that Tyler's back.
Yeah, but it's
that's
just
true. Her two closest girlies are kind of preoccupied with other situations. Elena's just become a vampire.
I feel like
Tyler
again,
and Caroline. Yeah.
The only time that you've actually really gone and got through to Bonnie is because you need something.
Yeah, it's really sad. I can't imagine what she's feeling. She's just probably being like, is that real? Is my Grams currently being tortured? Is she in pain? And that's because of me and what I did. And
well, she also said that she tried to do a spell to clear her head and she couldn't do it.
Gosh, wait and see what happens with that.
So we saw the scene at the end with the lanterns, because they do make a very good point that they never have time to grieve properly. It's always another loss or another problem. And I think we saw with Damon that's how he handles grief.
Well,
ignore it, push it away. I've got stuff to do.
Yeah.
I can't. Almost, I can't, as a vampire, I can't let that in.
Yeah. Well, that's like when we were talking earlier. I said like he's a deep thinker and a deep feeler, and he makes him a very passionate person. But on both ends, whether that's happy or angry or sad or whatever, it's quite intense because he's quite passionate and a deep feeler. And so he doesn't want to go there. So he's like, no, just block it out.
Yeah.
You know? But I also think it's potentially, even if he, I don't know, maybe he doesn't have faith that even if he acknowledges the hole that someone has left, because they never truly get filled. It's just that time makes them less raw.
Yeah.
So he doesn't, it's almost like he doesn't have faith that hole will get filled or less raw, so he'd rather just pretend they're not there. And that's also part of the reason I think he tries to not allow himself to care about many people.
Well, I think that's another thing. We're watching him deal with losing Rick, and there's a few moments like the whole someone sitting there, like you can't sit there, it's Rick's seat, and then he goes to Rick's grave to talk to him.
Yeah.
It's that idea that where Damon has not been having relationships with people for so long, now he's having to deal with losing someone he had got close to when he hadn't had to.
Yeah. I wonder, I mean, it was nice for them to have, obviously, the actor who played Rick pop in there for a little bit, and I wonder if that's going to happen again, maybe through Jeremy or something, you know, and being able to give a message, be like, Rick says stop being a dick, he's still here, he loves you, carry on, you know, something, words of comfort or something. But it'd be interesting to see if that actor comes up in another episode.
I wonder if losing Rick is also playing into his annoyance over the Elena.
Yeah, he lost all of it on the same day.
Situation because he's just lost one person. He's very possible he's like
he lost a lot all in one situation.
Very much like, oh, I'm not losing any fucking more, mate. So let's go with this, shall we?
Yeah.
I also think it's interesting and maybe gives us an indication when he's saying, you know, I should be long gone, but I'm here looking after the kids. Whether there's also a bit of I can't show any vulnerability around them, because I'm protecting them. I'm all strong. Damon does not do weakness. They cannot see weakness. You know, like a parent who they won't cry in front of their kids because they've got to remain that strong person for them.
That's a very interesting example you give, because then those same parents don't realise that there's an element of toxicity in that.
Yeah.
So and it's festering for him.
Especially because Stefan sees through it completely.
Yeah.
I think Elena does.
Yeah.
And
Rick used to.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, you'd say those are the only people he has been vulnerable with.
Yeah.
I would also say it always goes through my head for that lantern scene. This is for Uncle Zach. And Lexi, you're like, okay, both killed by Damon. This is for Vicky. Oh yeah, Damon did that. As they're listing people, you're like, God, Damon's probably there going, I'm going to leave because I killed all these people.
He didn't kill Jenna.
No. Or the parents. Or Rick.
Or Rick, yeah.
We didn't see anything in this episode of Rebecca or Klaus.
No.
So I'll be intrigued to see where they come up again, if they come up again.
Rebecca, Klaus had tried to
It snapped her neck and she was on the floor and he walked off. Yeah, he had a tantrum because she ruined his blood.
She didn't ruin all of it, did she?
I think those were the 3 bags he had.
She did all 3.
Yeah. She threw one at the wall and then had one in each hand and she squished them. So yeah, I'm just curious as to if there will be any more of the originals, but we didn't see them in this episode. Yeah. So they did mention that seems to be the council gone, apart from the mayor and chief of police.
Because they weren't on the council at that point.
Right.
But they're keeping that to themselves because now they're back in power.
I was going to say, so what is the future?
So we won't be telling anybody that we weren't on the council at that point.
How long this town has never been without a council, apparently. So.
But it's interesting that you have the 2 main people in power in the town, where before they were protecting the town from vampires, they are now coming at it from a different angle because they both have vampire children.
Yeah.
So while they are protecting the town, they are also protecting their children, so there's a whole thing going on.
But they know that their 2 children are not going around feeding and killing.
There's an element of progress there in understanding of that.
Poor Tyler's mum.
That they could have that bridge of relations and they could actually keep peace in the town, but actually by working together rather than trying to exterminate anyone.
But also they know about all the most of the vampires in the town, so they're not gonna.
Yeah. And from what we've seen, I don't think Liz would stand by if Caroline was attacking people.
No.
I think the reason she got back on board with Caroline is because she could see that was still her daughter.
I also feel like she does have the ability to, for a certain amount, rein Damon in. He does listen to Liz.
Yeah. Quick, but pretty good episode, pretty juicy. It wrapped up some things, answered lots of questions, and then planted some seeds now to go forward.
Yeah.
I'm really intrigued.
Okay. So that was our reaction to The Vampire Diaries Season 4 Episode 2 Memorial. Thanks for watching and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.